In this video, I'm gonna tell you 5 reasons why I'm very happy with my Canon R7 after 6 months using it. After the intro. What's up guys, Dan Frullani here and welcome back to a new video. What do I talk about today? The Canon R7. What about it? I start from the beginning. I bought this camera almost 6 months ago, something like that, to substitute my second camera, which at the time was the Canon 90D. It's an awesome camera. I love it and I still use it a lot. But I needed something different, something with higher specs for work. So, after trying it at the Canon Summit in Madrid, September 2022, I liked it a lot and I decided to buy it. And now, after 6 months using it, more or less 6 months, I can give you 5 reasons why I love using it. Reason number 1, it's for photos, of course. I really love the results I can get in terms of stills. It's a perfect second camera. My first camera, if you don't know, is the Canon R6. The R7 is a crop sensor camera. Unlike with the Canon R6, when I shoot with the R7, I have to get kind of farther away from the subject, depending what I'm shooting. But for the results I get, definitely worth it. Talking about photos, I know that there is a photo contest organized by Viltrox. You know Viltrox, right? They make lenses, adapters, and a lot of things. So they're organizing this photo contest, and it's already started. Started April 10th, but if you want to participate, you have time to submit your photo or photos. You can submit maximum 2 photos. The requirement number 1, the first and most important one, is that for the contest, for the 1 or 2 photos that you might want to submit, you have to use a Viltrox lens. And I like these lenses because they're pretty good and some of them are actually awesome. And I really want to try one lens of theirs, which has the RF mount that could fit perfectly on my Canon R7, but also the R6, is the RF 85mm f1.8 by Viltrox. But I don't have it, and I currently don't have any Viltrox lens. So that rules out the possibility of me participating to the photo contest. What a shame. But if you own or if you buy a Viltrox lens, I put the link in the description and just click it and follow the steps, you can participate. So reason number 1 why I love the Canon R7 is for photos, of course. Reason number 2 is for the colors, but mostly for the C-Log. Well, actually C-Log 3. And why is that so important? For 2 reasons. The most important thing is that C-Log is a flat profile that allows us to get the best out of the camera in terms of dynamic range, and also gives us much flexibility in post, much more flexibility than when we use one of the default picture styles. And it's also great for me because also the Canon R7 has C-Log 3, so I can match their color gradings in the colors of my clips from the R7 and the R6 like perfectly. Reason number 3, slow motion, super slow motion, 120 frames per second. When I bought this camera, the Canon R7, before trying it, high frame rates, 120 frames per second, I was a little bit skeptical. I was pretty much skeptical. Why? Because already with the Canon R6 my experience was not the best. Sometimes, quite often I have to admit, what I shoot in high frame rates, in 120 frames per second, tends to get pretty noisy. And I'm talking about digital noise, you know, like if the footage wasn't exposed correctly, like underexposed or something, but that's not the case, because even when I shoot in broad daylight with so much light, and the footage is exposed correctly or a little bit overexposed, sometimes, I don't know why, I get digital noise, and the quality of the 1080, because super slow motion both on the R7 and the R6 is in 1080, but again, quality supposed to be really good, but on the R6 sometimes it's not. But on the R7 I was surprised that 99% of the times what I shoot in 120 frames per second in super slow motion looks just great. Reason number 4, its performance in low light conditions. Even with pretty bad light, what I shoot on the Canon R7 looks amazing, even at high ISO. Let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe if you ain't already. And check the links in the description to see all my gear stuff and things, my gear. The only drawback, or not a very positive thing for me, about the Canon R7 is that it's a crop sensor camera, so the image is cropped times 1.6, and it's not really ideal, even though I already told you 4 reasons why I love this camera. But still there's this one that I don't really appreciate. But here comes reason number 5 why I love the Canon R7 is because if I use a speed booster, it becomes kind of like a full frame camera. So what's a speed booster? A speed booster is an adapter that allows me to adapt EF lenses to R series cameras like the R6, R7, R8, R10. But the speed booster was conceived to be used with crop sensor cameras because what does it do? Well, it multiplies the focal length of the EF lens we use times 0.71, so that if we're using like a 16 to 35 millimeters at 16 millimeters, because of the crop sensor, because of the camera, it will look like a 25-ish, but with a speed booster it will look like an 18 millimeters. And if we use a 50 millimeters on a crop sensor cameras, it looks like some kind of 80 millimeters. Well, with a speed booster it would look like a 56 millimeters. Not only do we increase the field of view, but we gain 1 stop of light, like 1 stop of aperture. So if I use an f/50 with a maximum aperture of f1.8, with a speed booster it goes down to f1.2. How's that? Alright, there are also many other reasons why I really like and enjoy shooting with the Canon R7. With the Canon R7 you can live stream without needing any cable or anything. Nothing. You just connect wirelessly, remotely to the Wi-Fi. You go in the settings, you click on live stream, and you can stream on YouTube right away. I've never tried it because this is not one of the features that I was looking for, because I don't usually do that, never do that. But I thought there was something that could interest you somehow. I think that's all I wanted to say. Alright, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash the like button and subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh yeah!